I'm Katrina, and this is Sow and Tare, and this video shows all about Ravioli Mama Bunny, and she is building her nest and then kindling. So if you want to learn what that is all about, go ahead and watch this. It's a very industrious bunny. Enjoy. Good girl. Good luck. Good luck. So I actually saw Ravioli in here. She was pulling fur, and she had one mouthful of fur in her nest box already. So this is definitely a sign that she will kindle soon. And when that happens, she is pulling mouthfuls of fur from herself. And there is a hormone that's released when they're about to have their babies. They're called kits, that it makes it easy for them to pull their hair. So that hair is basically the bedding. So it's soft and warm and all of that. They don't keep them warm by sitting on them like a chicken will. They actually just give them their coat, and they will thermoregulate by moving to the warmer or areas of the nest box, or throwing off the covers or whatever. So it's pretty cool that I got it at this point, that she had only done one mouthful. Usually rabbits give birth in the nighttime, but she actually all this was starting in the daytime, so she had them in the day, and that's unusual, but it happens. So this video, I'm going to be fast forwarding through a lot of it, because otherwise it would be really long. I did just leave the camera out there, and so you'll get to see her activity. You'll see her pull fur from mostly her belly, but also from her sides. She did have an area that was like, that's a little thin, girl. But when they pull from their belly, they actually expose more access to their little faucets for their babies, and they can be more successful in getting milk. So this is what rabbits do, and a reminder that if you have rabbits and your rabbits have young and you don't think they're being fed, just check their bellies. If they have plump little bellies, then they are fine. She only goes in there a couple times a day, so they only get fed a couple times in 24 hours, and you will get to know your mama's timing if you stay up late. Mine tend to feed around the 9 o'clock hour, somewhere around there. And all of them tend to do that. I had one before that was super, super late night. And I don't know what the morning feeding timing was. But yeah, here we go. I hope you enjoy this. Again, this is, I'm going to kind of do uncut footage here. If you hear chainsaws and beep beeps, that is BLM is logging on the ridge behind the property. And it's just echoing throughout the whole valley. So sorry for that. But I will be fast forwarding through this. I might, go regular speed for some of it. But she will also have her babies here. So what she's doing now is she is pulling. So she's pulled fur, and she's getting it situated in her mouth. They can fit quite a bit of fur into their mouths, and they just shove it full before they go in and set it into the box. So you can see she's just gone in here, and she's setting it into the box. She's going to put it exactly where she wants it, and she'll dig down like a bowl so that her babies are in a nice little nest, and then she'll line that with that, and then the babies will actually bury themselves in it. So she'll give birth inside the nest box. They cannot, so you can see she's getting out her mouth right there. They cannot, or they don't pick up their young like cats or dogs do by the scruff, even though they have a scruff. So if they are born on the wire, they tend not to make it. So if yours is having babies, then being out there is a good idea. Or their experience, they know what they're doing. And they typically, as long as they're not first-time mothers, they typically will do what they need to do. So, yeah, I will let this run then, and it will go through the whole process. I know I got it all on the camera, so that's pretty cool. I went up and changed batteries partway through just in case. But yeah, I was working this day, so I couldn't really sit out there with her. I would have, but I was working, so but I was home, so that works. All right, enjoy the show, and you shouldn't see anything, bloody or anything, because she's going to be in the nest box when she's doing that part of it. But first comes the lining of the nest box with the hair. She will pick up the hair that she drops and all that. So enjoy. So over this next little bit here, you'll see the pretty big chunks that she'll pull out of herself of hair. It's pretty impressive. They give that to their babies for warmth. So you think her mouth was full, and it absolutely isn't. She can shove so much fur in her mouth, and it just fluffs right up again. It's kind of like unrolling a mattress from one of those bags. Her mouth is pretty full at this point. She's pulling it out, and she will pick it up off of the wire and off of that mat. And she is going to town on this, making the nest. Look at that belly. So again, here she is emptying out her mouth of all that fur, and she's, dug a little nest back there and placing that exactly where she wants it. And she'll do this many, many, many more times, which we've kind of gone through a little bit of this. I'm going to fast forward through much of the rest of this just to show you what they do. And hey, I might stop going, once the kindling happens. For time reference, this part's sped up by 80 times. This next time going in the box is when she's kindling, and kindling means that when they have kits, when they give birth. So this section is sped up by 10 times, and so she, at this point, has gotten stuff out of her mouth, and you'll see her look backwards, and that's when she's likely giving birth. I've seen them give birth before, and that is, what happens. Now, she will be eating the placentas and cleaning up the babies a little bit, and that's, gross for some people, but you shouldn't be able to see it that much on here. It's too far away, and they're in the nest box. She is in the box. Did you have babies? Oh, and we got it on video. Look, we got it on video, guys. Did you have babies? Are you done having babies, or are you not done having babies? She might not be done having babies. Good girl. Yes, good girl. Oh, there's a baby. I see a baby. It's all wiggly. It's all wiggly. Looking at the footage now, this could have been the first one. Yeah. I think she's eating placentas right now. That's what she's eating. So you are giving birth right now. Oh. Very good, honey. Oh, it's focusing wrong. Here we go. Good girl. So they both have them during the day, which is unusual. But she's actively either just had them all or is still having them because she's eating placentas. So, man, we got the whole thing. Rigatoni's pulling fur over here. You think your babies need to be a little warmer? Yeah. So that's how they pull their fur. They have a special hormone that makes it easy for their hair to be pulled out, and they pull it from their body. They pull it from their tummy and their sides and wherever they can reach. Looks like you have a bare spot, honey. A little bit. But they're good mamas. They're really good mamas. She's just making her babies extra warm. I think her babies will be fine. There's only 3, but they'll be fine. They're pretty warm. Good girl, lady. Yeah, good girl. Alright, I am going to switch batteries in this camera and go back to work. I just wanted to come out and check. Good girl. Good girl. Coming up here, I'm going to talk about mouthfuls of fur and giving it to babies and stuff. That is Rigatoni. She's right next door to Ravioli, and she chose to pull more fur after her 4 babies were born, and she actually lost one. So she's picking up the fur that she dropped when she was getting it. Got a full mouth there, honey. Like, you'll think it's full, but it's not, because the fur condenses so much. Hey, baby. Yeah? Got a mouthful of fur, honey. Gonna give it to your babies? Give them some nice warmth. Ravioli ended up having 7 babies, so that's a lot of placentas to eat and a lot of babies to clean. There was a little one which made it a day and did not survive, but that was kind of to be expected. It was very small. And the next little talking bit, I'm talking about Rigatoni's babies. So these 3, since there's not very many, they're probably going to be very well fed. She's a great mama, and very, they're going to grow pretty big, I think. Yep, getting all that fur out. So at this point, everybody's probably cleaned up, all the placentas are eaten, and it's time to give the first milk. Now, the first milk is called colostrum, and it has some extra super juice, extra antibodies and stuff like that in it. And so it's very important that all mammals get the colostrum, which is the first milk, and they do well with it. If you look closely, you could see the babies wiggling there. they will find their way into the nest themselves. She doesn't put them there. They'll just follow each other into the warmth, and they are blind at this point, so it really is all about smell and warmth. So at this point, the babies are fed, they're tucked into bed, they're going to go to sleep after that meal. And she's checking in on them, but she's also going to go back in and eat anything that is bloody. So there's hay that's bloody, there's some hair that's going to be bloody. That is to prevent predators from finding the nest. Now, there are not going to be many predators inside her hutch, but that is a evolutionary thing that she will do. She will also, while they're in the nest box, be removing their poo by eating it. So they do that, and it actually does a couple things. One, it reduces waste. Two, it reduces the chance for, disease stuff to start in there. And three, if those young do have something going on with them, mom can create antibodies and return. So the rest of this video is milk, which is pretty Miss cool. Mama Ravioli getting her drink and dinner work, a long and drinks water, and she goes up on top, gives herself a bath, and goes to take that well-deserved nap. So, thank you for watching. You're welcome to watch the rest of this or stop here. Thank you for watching, and pass it around. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and yeah, go bunnies. Next up, a bath and then bed. Oh, this Mama Ravioli she's had quite a day. She deserves a nice long rest. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and share it around. Share it around to people who like bunnies and people who maybe aren't prepared yet to have their baby bunnies, but they're on their way. And it's a lot of fun. So we will be talking more bunnies at live chats. We do the live chats every Monday night, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And we talk about all things homesteading related, but always welcome for bunny questions. All right. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day.